holidays from all of us here at Like Totally Vegan. Today we'll be making a Nutty Cheez Ball. And as you see here, I've got the Nutty Cheez Ball, and this is actually a Fanny Pack that I made, just to show you that you can mold the cheese ball into whatever shape you want. I've done a Bigfoot before, I've done a log, you can do whatever shape you want. So I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, you go to the mall and there was the Pepperidge Farm store, and there's always someone out front with little sausages with toothpicks in them to try, and they always had the Nutty Cheez Ball on their menu, and nothing says holidays like a Nutty Cheez Ball. But this one is raw, it's vegan, so it's so much better for you, and it tastes amazing. It's better than those stinky Pepperidge Farm balls. So let's see how you make it, and let's have fun doing it. So the first step is to take some raw cashew pieces. Don't get the whole raw cashew because it's cheaper to get the pieces and you're going to blend them up anyway. Be sure they are raw because if you get the ones that are toasted and salted, it will not taste the same. And then also here we have some sun-dried tomatoes, and if you get the ones in oil, you don't have to worry about soaking them with the cashews. But I already had these that were dry. And so you soak them in, I use like filtered water, and just put them into a container, fill it with water, stick it in the fridge, and let it soak overnight. And then as you see here, we have a lovely reconstituted sun-dried tomatoes and the cashews. And I'll be putting all the ingredients and everything, all the measurements on the website, so don't worry about writing down all the measurements. So once these are soaked, we're going to go ahead and put them into the food processor. And you can use a Vitamix. I just find that everything gets caught down into the bottom of the Vitamix, so it's hard to get out. And this is a lot easier. It will take a little bit more time, but it's easy to clean out and get every little bit of that delicious Nutty Cheez Ball. I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to pulse it and just kind of make a paste with it. And just leave it on until it gets to be out of paste, and then I'll stop and then kind of, I'm pushing down the side so that everything gets chopped up, and then just keep on pulsing it. And this is going to take a lot more time than, say, the Vitamix. But with the Vitamix, you really have to watch it because it will get gummed up, it will stop, and you have to kind of use the temper thing, the stick, to kind of push it around, because then it will blow out your motor. So this is a little bit easier. But it's going to take a little more time. So as you can see, it's a lot more paste-like, and that's the texture that you want. And then we're going to add all the other ingredients except for the sliced almonds. Those go at the end. So we have 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. We have, this is optional, 1 tablespoon dry sherry. I just use a dry red wine. We have a quarter cup of nutritional yeast. Woo. And this is 1 heaped tablespoon of miso. I use white miso. And then these are all the seasonings. We have 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon dry ground mustard powder. You can also use a teaspoon of yellow mustard, 1 teaspoon onion powder, and then 1 teaspoon sea salt. Again, this will be on the website, so put your pen and paper down and enjoy the ride. And then we also have this 1/2 cup of organic refined coconut oil. You can use non-organic, but it has to be organic. Otherwise, it will smell like coconut, and that is not very cheddary. I want to be clear, this is refined coconut oil, because the unrefined tastes like coconut. So make sure it's refined, refined, refined. So everything is in there. And then we're going to turn on the food processor and do it, mix it and puree it until it's like a paste, like a real smooth paste. Occasionally, again, we're going to take off the lid and then scrape down the sides and just keep doing that until a real pureed, smooth paste forms. Alright, we have processed it about 8 to 10 minutes, and as you can see, it's gotten nice and creamy, and you want to get it to the point where there's no little chunks, and it's just a smooth, delicious puree. Delicious. And so the next step is to put it into a bowl with a lid, and we're going to chill this part of it for 4 to 6 hours. And it's nice that what that does is solidify the refined coconut oil, and it makes a nice, firm paste, I guess you would say, cheese, that you can easily mold into all kinds of shapes. And another plus with using the food processor here is you can get every little last bit. Executive director, is that right? Yes. Diana Salter, our camera woman, she just told me that a little trick, I was going to scrape off the blade inside, blade out, and I was going to scrape it all off, but she gave me a great tip to scrape out the main bowl, put the blade back in, all coated in all the yumminess, and then you turn it back on, and you let it centrifuge to the side of the container here. And that way you get all the last bits of it. How cool is that? So I'll show you here. And it totally just flew off into the sides, which is easy to pull this out. And then you just scrape the sides, and how cool is that? Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
So as you see here, we put all the yummy cheese into a bowl with a lid, and we're going to cover it and put it in the fridge and let it chill for 4 to 6 hours, and that makes it nice and firm. So we're going to put that in the fridge. And then movie magic, here's a chunk. This is actually a quarter of what you just saw, and as you can see here, it's nice and firm. This is chilled. And it's like spreadable, and look how beautiful that is. So now it's time to put on the chopped almonds. What I like to do is with clean hands, pour in some of the chopped almonds. So at this point you can, it's like Play-Doh. You can mold it into any shape you'd like. Right now I'm just going to do a cheese ball. You can do a log, like I said. Chewbacca would be great. Any shape you like, Christmas tree, whatever. Something fun and brown. And so I just use my hands to kind of mold it into a ball, kind of squish it down so it's a nice smooth surface. And then we're going to start rolling it into the chopped nuts and lift it and put it on some more nuts. And so they all stick to the side. And it's nice to have a bowl that you can do this because, the almonds want to move around. But also it gets the bowl really dirty, and so you want to put it on a nice clean plate when you're done. So feel free to coat it as much or as little as you'd like. And then as you see there, it's all coated. And then it's ready to serve. All right, now it's time for the fun part. We're going to do a taste test. And I'm going to taste my my cheese Fanny Pack here. And so you just have a nice cheese knife or butter knife. And I'm using Triscuits here, but Trader Joe's has some great cheap water crackers. There's also vegan like Ritz crackers. So you can just do it up. All right, let's try it. This is a big bite. Mmm, it's so good. Mmm. 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 Sorry, my mouth is so full. Santa approved. Wow, that flavor. I can't believe it's all raw. So if you have raw foodists that come to your parties, they will be ecstatic. Mmm. Creamy. It's got a sharp cheddar flavor. The nuts on it gives a nice taste and crunch. This is a winner for any holiday party. All right. Thank you for watching. And be sure to go to the website to see the full recipe. And come back and see us again. Thanks for watching. Bye.